Hi, Natasha. Hello. How are you? Let me know where you're watching this from. I'm just setting up so that it's broadcast on my Facebook group at the same time. Hello. How are you? Oops. Let me know where you're what. Okay. 1 second, making sure it's set up properly. Okay. Dun, dun, dun. Just setting this up and giving a bit more time for people to join. Let me know if you can hear me properly. Okay. All right, so I'm just gonna wait a tiny bit longer because I'm a bit early. Hi, Laura. Hi, ladies. I'm just waiting like 3 minutes, something like that, because we're a little bit early. Seems to be working all fine on the Facebook group and Zoom. So bear with me. It's the first time I do it live and broadcast it. I mean, it's the first time I broadcast it on the Facebook group at the same time as on Zoom. So I'm going to be keeping track of the comments, but bear with me. Hi, Joanna. Hi, ladies. How are you? Let me know where you're watching the webinar from. I'm in London and I closed all the windows because there's a bit of noise in the street, but now it's extremely hot because the sun is coming in and I'm boiling in here. Okay, let's wait 1 minute more. I'm really excited about this webinar. Hi, Suzanne. Laura from France, amazing. Yes, amazing. Hello, thank you for being here. Welcome to this webinar. So I'm just gonna wait a bit longer so more people can join. But so in this webinar, I will be talking about fear of failure and why it's so important to overcome it. And I will share with you how I overcame it myself. And at the end of the webinar, you will get a free hypnosis taster. So that's going to be exciting. It's going to be a little 20 to 25 minute hypnosis taster that I cannot wait for you to experience. Hi, Louise. Hi, how are you? Okay. Okay, so first, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Laetitia, and I'm originally from France, from a little village in the countryside next to Paris. And I moved to the UK nearly 10 years ago now, which is crazy. It goes so fast. And I'm currently based in London. But I work online. So I work online with women like in any part of the world, which is really, really exciting. And I am a certified RTT therapist, which is rapid transformational therapy. And I will explain to you a little bit later what this is all about. And I specialized in helping women release their subconscious blocks and increase their levels of inner confidence, okay? Not that fake confidence, not pretending to be confident, but actually raise their levels of inner confidence and their levels of self-belief so that they can go for what they want in life and take action on what they want. So quite a lot of my clients are either starting a new business or I've just started one and are feeling a bit blocked because they have fears and limiting beliefs. I also have quite a lot of artists as well in my clients who want to, take action on their creative endeavors and their creative projects and are feeling blocked because they have limiting beliefs and fears. And all of that has been my own journey as well. And that's why I'm so excited to share more about that with you. So fear of failure is obviously a very big fear and a very common limiting belief. And do you want to share in the comments who here is in the process of starting a business, or already has one maybe, or a creative endeavor, and is held back by the fear of failing? Let me know who here can relate to that. Nobody. No, I'm sure some of you do. Laura, no business, but I definitely have that fear when it comes to my acting career. Exactly. And that's why with creative careers, it's exactly the same. And I know that because I come from a filmmaking background, then I know that taking action on your creative projects and all of that has a whole lot of fears and limiting beliefs attached to it. And Joanna, apply for master's course. Yeah, absolutely. It can apply to so many different areas of life. So you're in the right place. Amazing. Okay, so fear of failure was a really big one for me as well, a really big fear for me as well. And it was stopping me from taking action on several things. On my creative projects. So as I just mentioned, I also have a passion of telling stories via filmmaking. And because I felt that I was going to fail and that it would never work out and that I felt that I could not stand out. And so it really blocked me moving forward. And then fear of failure also made me procrastinate for a while when I was thinking of starting this business. And I actually loved having excuses to not have to take action on it. Okay, so that was like whenever an excuse would pop up, I would be like, amazing, that is an excuse to not take action on what I need to do, which is a huge form of resistance, obviously. But then I did the deep subconscious work around that, and it really helped me to take action on my business, to put myself out there, to launch my business, to invest in a coach, to get clients, to invest in more healing for myself, and to get out of my comfort zone regularly. And it also, obviously, because it trickled down into different areas, it also gave me a big confidence boost to work on my creative projects at the same time. So the deep subconscious work is absolutely crucial. And hi, Jean. Thanks for joining us. So that fear of failure, it really keeps you stuck while really wanting deeply to move forward and to make things happen. And so that's why I want to touch on first to the fact that it's very important to understand that wanting something is not enough. Having a desire can be very conscious based. So, for example, you want to have a successful business. You want to have that freedom and you want to sign high ticket clients and be financially abundant. So of course, this desire came from your heart, if it's something that you're really passionate about and that you're following your intuition on. But chances are that that conscious desire is not backed up by the right subconscious beliefs, at the start anyway, until you do the deep mindset work and really commit to it. So this was your conscious desire, okay? Building this successful business. But then let's say that inside of you, in your subconscious mind, you have beliefs and thoughts like, oh, it's too much hard work, or whenever I try something, no matter how much effort I put in, nothing happens. Or it could be, what I want is not available to me, so I'm going to fail for sure, and oh my God, I do not want to fail. That was a huge one for me. Or I'm not good enough, and I don't know enough to do this, which was a big one for me as well. Hi, Amber. Sorry, I'm just catching up on the comments on Facebook now. Or I do not have enough value to share. People don't care about me. I don't deserve to ask money for my services. Or there are so many people better than me. I'm going to be rejected. I'm going to be judged. I'm going to make a fool of myself, etc., etc. But then when you have those subconscious beliefs, then what happens? Well, nothing at all. Because when the subconscious mind and the conscious mind are not aligned, like in this example, the subconscious mind, which is the emotional mind, always, always, always wins. So both minds really need to be harmonized. And I will talk later on about how I harmonize them. So you can share in the comments if you'd like your own limiting beliefs around this. What is behind your fear of failing? What do you think consciously that you have as limiting beliefs? And we're going to do that later on at the end of the webinar in a subconscious state. So we're going to see what comes up for you. But right now, in a conscious state, what do you think is limiting you right now? What beliefs do you have about yourself? You can share in the comments if you want. And there is a quote from Henry Ford that I really like, which is, whether you think you can or can't, you're right. So you're probably familiar with this quote. And it is actually very empowering because we create our reality based on our belief system. So we always act and react in a way that matches our predominant beliefs. So let's say if you think about the possibility of your failure more than you think about the possibility of your success, you're going to act in a way that matches that fear of failing, which is either not acting at all or playing very, very small and barely getting any results, sabotaging yourself as well. And so when that happens, you get more proofs that you cannot succeed because that is what you're attracting. And that's what is being filtered into your mind because that's your predominant subconscious filter. So it's very important to understand that there is a filter around the information that get into your subconscious mind. And that filter filters things according to your belief system, to your values, to your thoughts, to your feelings. Okay, so if you always think about the possibility of your failure, you are going to be filtering in those situations, those experiences, those events that come in and confirm that. And obviously at the same time, you are emitting vibrations that are going to be attracting what you believe inside. Okay, so that is the law of attraction. So that's why it's so important to do the deep subconscious work and to change that belief system. Just checking the comments, Laura. There is definitely something around someone else would do it so much better than me. I'm not good enough, not anything enough. Story of my life. Yes, you're not alone there. You're not alone there. It's so common. I was there. So many people were there. And it's something that thanks to neuroplasticity and thanks to deep subconscious work, it's something that can change and shift, which is amazing. So another thing I want to talk about is that your brain, your mind, wants to keep you alive. So it's going to try to take you away from anything that could cause you hurt and pain. And failure, rejection, judgment, all of those things fall into that category. And obviously that creates a lot of resistance, okay, coming from your mind, because all of those things are seen as painful and potentially dangerous. And that's why it's so important to raise your self-belief and confidence and your trust in your abilities so that your mind can cooperate with you and help you move forward instead of keeping you stuck. And obviously, I think we all have the example of people who start their adult life full of self-belief. And I know some people like that who really start full of self-belief and confidence, and they do achieve great things like quite early on in their life. And that's great. And that's very helpful. And it's amazing for them. But if that is not you, do not worry, okay? Because it's not actually that common. You can install that self-belief. You can install that inner confidence and reactivate it. And I personally started my adult life with very low self-esteem, full of self-doubts, with no confidence whatsoever, with social anxiety and not believing that things could work out for me, feeling that I was completely unlovable, that I was completely unimportant, unvaluable, and everything. So I've been there, okay? And I know it is shiftable. And I love helping women shift that as well, because it's been my own journey and it's a really, truly beautiful journey. So, okay, so how did I remove this fear of failure and heal the biggest self-love and confidence wounds? Well, what had a tremendous impact on releasing fear of failure and what I guide my clients to do when we work together is to address the fears via deep subconscious work and uncover what's behind those fears. So I use a method called rapid transformational therapy to do this, which is a method that works at a subconscious level in a gentle hypnotic state. And it's an actual therapy method, okay? But because it's subconscious, then it's very powerful, because the subconscious mind is 95% more powerful than the conscious mind. So you can try to reason with your mind as much as you want, or you can try to manifest as much as you want. But if your subconscious mind is not aligned with that and is not accepting that, it won't let any of those things in. So I don't know if that speaks to you, but maybe you've been trying a lot of positive affirmations and a lot of conscious work and conscious thinking around your limiting beliefs, and you probably saw no results or very temporary results. Let me know in the comments if you can relate to that. That was my own experience personally. And then I discovered the deep subconscious work, and I understood that in order to shift deep limiting beliefs, you need to be doing deep subconscious work, because you cannot shift those deep subconscious beliefs by doing conscious work, which is really surface level. And this work, Laura, yes, it does feel like it works on the surface level. Absolutely, absolutely. And that's because the subconscious mind is so much stronger than the conscious mind. Yeah. And you're not alone there. So many people experience that. Totally. And this work starts by addressing what is behind the fear of failing. So we're going to do that in the hypnosis taster later on, but why in the first place do we believe that we are doomed to fail? Is it coming from our own beliefs that got created from our experiences? Was it witnessed by us as children or taught to us? Which beliefs are behind it? Maybe not being good enough, not being worthy of success, feeling that we don't matter, that we don't belong. What comes up for you at a conscious level when you think about this? You can comment if you want to share, because we're all here to support each other. So I'm very thirsty. It's very, very hot in here. So what we do during this work, during this subconscious work, is to ask your subconscious mind to take you back to scenes, to events that are connected to those beliefs. And believe me, the subconscious mind has all the answers. It knows, it stores so much, and has access to memories that you don't even remember consciously. So for example, some of my clients went back to scenes where they were 1.5 years old or 6 months old. And I know that some people also go back to being in the womb. Okay, because even as babies, the subconscious mind is all we've got actually as children until about 7 years old. So as babies, it's only your subconscious mind, but we feel, we have our senses. Okay, so, and that's something that you do not remember consciously because your conscious mind wasn't formed yet, but that's something you can access during subconscious work. And the subconscious mind can also show you metaphors, as that's how it expresses itself. Like, for example, when you're dreaming. And getting this subconscious understanding of what caused the fears and the beliefs behind the fear is crucial, as you cannot fix and you cannot free yourself from what you don't understand. And understanding something at the subconscious level is much more powerful than understanding something only on the conscious and logical level. Just checking some of the comments. Yeah, being compared to people who are successful to show you that you're not working hard enough or that you're not enough. Yeah, that's very, very, it's very hurtful. And we form so many limiting beliefs from that. Kind of comes from a good intention from the parents, but very often it's just not the right thing, right? And yes, success wasn't a big concept in your upbringing. Yeah, we take in everything, when we're growing up, we really take in everything and we make it the truth about the world, the truth about ourselves and all of that. So, but again, we can release that, which is great. Okay, so so obviously I want to mention as well that it does not mean reliving anything if it's traumatic, but reviewing the events. Because I work with clients who have deep trauma and PTSD sometimes from the trauma. So it's important to know that you're not reliving anything, but you're just reviewing things and that the process is safe, okay? But of course you need to feel ready and okay to step into that journey. But yeah, you're not reliving anything. And during subconscious work, it's also very important to do shadow work. So we do shadow work and we reintegrate the parts of you that you did not accept. We work on releasing guilt and shame and unworthiness and digging deep into why you felt the way you felt and how it's connected to your current situation. And you always feel lighter after this work, okay? It's intense and powerful and you always feel lighter. And thanks to neuroplasticity, the connections in your brain can be shifted, strengthened, and weakened. So it's very important to know that, because when you're focusing on all the things that you don't like about yourself, for instance, you're actually strengthening those neural connections and weakening the positive ones at the same time. So that can seem a bit overwhelming said like that, but that's just how the brain works. But the good news is that when we start actually focusing on all the things we like about ourselves, you know, and focusing on our qualities and focusing on everything that can go well, then we're actually strengthening those neural connections. And then naturally our thoughts and our feelings will go more directly in that direction instead of going into the negative direction straight away. So it's very important to wire in empowering positive beliefs and feelings inside your subconscious mind so that it can help you take action with confidence and push outside of the comfort zone and go for what you want and get results. Because obviously what you want is outside of the comfort zone and no one can take those actions out of the familiar zone for you. But the deep subconscious work helps tremendously so that your mind collaborates with you and helps you take those actions. Okay, so as an example, I would have never thought that I would be doing live webinars talking to groups, for example, that I would go live on social media, that I would talk to people about what I do and promote my services, that I would be paid to help people. That I was so completely out of my comfort zone for the longest time in my life. And I could barely talk to people as I had developed really crippling social anxiety, and speaking was actually terrifying me for such a long part of my life because I was bullied as a teenager and started this long period where I could not say a word sometimes. And it was very disempowering and really terrifying for me. So I did a subconscious work and I've committed to my transformation and I actually absolutely love it. It's a passion of mine and here I am. So I am proof that this work works. So I want to share with you, before we go into the hypnosis taster, I want to share with you some of the results that the women I worked with, that the women I worked with got from doing this deep inner work, so that you can see the kind of results that are available to you. So they went from procrastinating to action taking. And even better, they went to inspired action taking, which is when you follow your intuition. And one of my clients recently said to me that after our session, she had such a productive day working on a business like she'd never had before. They've been feeling more positive and optimistic, feeling that what they want is available to them, which is so important. They started showing up more authentically and regularly in their business, because when we heal those feelings and beliefs of not being good enough, of not being interesting enough, of not having any value to share, then we start showing up much more authentically and much more regularly, and we become much more productive. They got bookings and clients coming out of the blue. One of my past clients, who is 22, gave a great interview for the internship that she wanted and she got in. And she used to have very low, very low confidence and a lot of shame. And the application and interview process used to terrify her. They have been able to speak up, to stand their ground, and to set healthy boundaries and nail public speaking opportunities. they released fear of speaking and started feeling more empowered and confident. That's been actually a really recurring thing, that a lot of people released fear of speaking. And they connected to their intuition that guides them very well and were able to work more effortlessly and in flow. And at the same time, while they released deep limiting beliefs, they worked their way through trauma, they increased their confidence, self-love and self-esteem. They got a sharp decrease in anxiety. They released a huge chunk of depression. They got a lot more energy after suffering from exhaustion for years, and they've been feeling happier and lighter. So these are really, these are the kind of things that come when you're doing the deep subconscious work, okay? And you see that when you start doing it, you're able to follow your intuition more. And also you realize that your subconscious mind is really guiding you to uncover the things that need healing, guiding you to take the right step. It's really amazing. You really feel guided and protected when you reconnect to that intuition. And I just want to make it clear, actually, I don't know if many of you have a business here, but I want to make it clear that I am not a business coach, and that's not what my work is about. But mindset is such an integral part of running a business, and it far outweighs strategy. So you can use all the strategies you want and hire the best business coach in the world, but if your mindset is not aligned with what you want to create, that will not give any result, or just little results. It's the same for creative projects, artistic careers, or anything you want to achieve in your life. Okay, mindset is more than 80% of the work, I would say. Do you have any questions around that, guys? Let me know if you have any questions around that before we get into the big exciting part of the webinar, which is the hypnosis. So I'll be giving you a little subconscious work taster. It's all clear, cool. I'll be giving you a little subconscious work taster in a minute around fear of failure and around uncovering what lies behind the fear of failure. And obviously this is going to be about 20 minutes long. And in an actual session, we would work with a few scenes in regression, okay? Because you're guided by me, because it's a one-to-one. But for this taster, I'm going to do something a little bit different. And I want to mention before, let me know actually in the comments if any of you have already experienced hypnosis before, or if you're completely new to it. And if you're happy to receive that hypnosis taster, let me know in the comments. Joanna knew, great. So I'm just going to explain a little bit about hypnosis, is that it's probably not what you think it is. In the sense that this is a very gentle state of relaxation, basically. It's very similar to a meditation. And what hypnosis in this context is that it's a state of suggestibility and self-awareness. So basically, it's like having your conscious mind drift away so that we get a more direct access to your subconscious mind. And obviously, you're going to be fully aware, fully awake, fully conscious. You're going to be thinking probably, or maybe not too much, but you know, chances are you're going to be thinking, and that's completely normal. Personally, when I receive hypnosis, I don't go very deep. So people go more or less deep. I personally stay very, very conscious and have a lot of thoughts and a little bit of hypervigilance, but still it works really, really well. So that just doesn't matter. But yeah, just trust that you are experiencing it the way you're supposed to experience it, where you're at right now. Okay, so just trust the process and let yourself be guided. You will have your eyes closed. I will actually switch off my video just so that you're not tempted to look at the screen, and I want you to really just focus internally and focus on whatever comes up. Okay. Is that quite clear? Does that make sense to everybody? Yes. Great. Okay, so before I start, I'm just going to read a very, very short disclaimer. So Laetitia Cazot, myself, trading as your best true self, holds no responsibility as to the outcome of this hypnosis taster. This taster is not intended to be a substitute for professional medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment. If you have any doubts or concerns about your health, you should seek advice from a medical doctor. Okay? I'm sure none of you were expecting it to be something that has to do with anything medical, but it's a little disclaimer. And before we actually start, I would just want to show you the position of the eyes that you're gonna have before we start. Sorry, I was tracking the comments at the same time. So for the first 3 breaths, but I'm gonna be guiding you through it. For the first 3 breaths, you're gonna be looking up as if you were looking into your eyebrows or on a spot on the ceiling. So it's gonna look like this. And you're gonna be taking 3 deep breaths that I will be guiding you through anyway. And then while still looking up, you will be closing your eyelids down. And there you will feel a little fluttering in your eyelids. And that is rapid eye movement. And that's because that position of the eyes basically gives you a surge of alpha brainwaves, which give you a more direct access to the subconscious mind. And it's also relaxing. Actually, it's very good if you have anxiety or panic attacks. It's something really good to do actually to calm yourself, is to be looking up like this. So that's how we're going to start. That's what we do in RTT. And then you'll be closing your eyes and obviously forgetting all about your eyes and just relaxing and seeing what comes up for you. Okay, so if you're all clear on that, I'm going to switch off my video and start. Let me know if you have any questions before I start. Sorry, I keep drinking. I'm just so thirsty. Let me just check. No question, I think. Okay, well, we're gonna start. Okay, so I'm gonna switch off my video and I'm gonna put it back at the end of the hypnosis taster. Make sure you are in a comfortable place. You can lie down, you can sit up, and make sure that you're not gonna be disturbed, okay? So that you can fully go with it and enjoy the experience. Okay, right. So let's start. So set yourself comfortably now and try to relax your body with your hands and feet not touching. And look up as high as you possibly can, as if you were looking into your eyebrows or on a spot on the ceiling. Keep your eyes glued to that spot, breathing in relaxation and breathing out. I know it's a bit straining for the eyes, but bear with me. Take another deep breath. And every time you blink, you're going deeper into a sense of self-awareness. And one very last time, breathe in, keep your eyeballs up. And as you breathe out, just close your eyelids right down, all the way down. And you can forget all about your eyes now. As your eyelids shut down, the muscles and nerves in and around your eyes are becoming heavy, droopy, and drowsy. Your eyes are already beginning to feel so relaxed and heavy that it's almost just too much trouble to open them. And even if you wanted to open your eyes right now, you'd find it very difficult. But that's okay, because you know that it's perfectly safe to keep them closed, that you're in good hands, and you continue to drift into a deeper state of relaxation. Notice a feeling of calm and peace settling into your body. You do not have to do anything or think about anything. Just allow it to happen. Time becomes insignificant now. And as that drifting, floating feeling continues to grow, you realize that you can see perfectly well with your eyes closed. And I want you to picture in your mind now a beautiful staircase going down. And imagine that you're standing at the top of that staircase with 10 steps going down right in front of you. Go ahead and drop your chin a little bit so you can fully get that sensation of looking down. And I'm going to count you down from 10 to 1 as you go down the steps. So right now, you're moving on to step 10, and you know that at the bottom of the stairs is a quiet, loving, and healing place. You're taking step 9 and 8, and you can feel and see your feet walking down each step. You're moving on to step 7 now, and you calmly, easily let yourself drift deeper. You're taking step 6, and you can hear the sound of your feet gently going down the steps. You're taking step 5 and 4, and every sound or movement around you is carrying you deeper into relaxation and focus. So just surrender to the sound of my voice now. You're taking step 3, and you gently let yourself go deeper inside yourself. You're taking step 2, gently going into a focused self-awareness. You are stepping onto step 1 now. Gently drift deeper, sink deeper into yourself. And every time I click my fingers, you drift deeper, go deeper, move deeper, sink deeper into yourself. And all you are doing is asking your conscious mind to climb into the back seat, to take a little rest, so that your subconscious mind can climb into the driver's seat and take you where you need to go to heal. And trust that you are going through this hypnosis process perfectly well, that there is no right or wrong way. And now that you're at the bottom of the stairs, take a deep breath in and out and observe your surroundings. Where are you? Are you inside? Are you outside? Is it daytime or nighttime? Just walk around and embrace what surrounds you. Feel the ground under your feet. And know that you're in a safe space where transformation happens. And because it's also a space of suggestibility, I would like you now to extend your arms out in front of you as if you were holding onto the handlebar of a bicycle. So just do that now. Extend your arms out in front of you. And I want you to imagine now that in your left hand, you're holding 20 pounds of wet sand in a bucket. 20 pounds of wet sand in that bucket in your left hand. And it's so heavy. So it's drawing your left arm down towards the floor. And you can feel the tension in your wrist and in your shoulder as your left arm is being pulled down from the weight of the bucket. And the left side of your body is being drawn down to the left as you're holding onto that heavy bucket full of wet sand, 20 pounds of wet sand. And on the opposite, your right arm is attached to a pulley. And your right arm is being pulled up and up towards the ceiling. And it cannot resist the pull of the pulley. The more you try to resist the pull of the pulley, the more your right arm is going up. So your right arm is going up towards the ceiling and your left arm is going down towards the floor. And on the count of 3, you will drop everything, drop the balloon, detach from the pulley, not the balloon, so we drop the bucket and detach from the pulley, and you will let your arms fall back onto your lap as you go deeper into an awareness of yourself. 1, 2, 3, just drop everything now. Drop your arms back onto your lap. And now I want you to imagine that your eyes are glued shut, sealed shut, locked together. And the harder you try to open your eyes, the more they feel absolutely locked tight. Try to open your eyes, find they are locked shut, go deeper. Try to open your eyes, find they are glued shut, go deeper. Try to open your eyes, find they are fused together, sealed together, and go deeper. Allow a drifting feeling to settle into your body now. Good. And this is just to show you that when you accept the suggestions, then your subconscious mind is just accepting them, right? When your conscious mind says, okay, your subconscious mind is accepting those suggestions. So now I would like you to go back in your mind to the childhood home that you lived in between the ages of 2 to 14, roughly. And if you lived in several homes, you let your mind guide you to the one that matters right now. See yourself walking up to that childhood home and pushing the front door open. You are in that familiar space now. And I want you to walk straight in front of the room that you slept in as a child and pose in front of the door. The door is closed. And behind that door, there is a young version of you. And you have complete affinity with each other. They trust you and can be fully open with you. So feel the door handle in your hand as you push it open now. And it reveals the younger version of you. And pay attention to roughly how old that younger you in the room is. Observe what they're doing. Are they sitting, standing, or maybe lying down? And just come inside the room with them. Now go close to them and I want you to ask them a question. And that question is, are you happy? And listen to the answer that younger you gives. Are you happy? And if it's a no or a not really, then stay where you are. And if it's a yes, that is great. But for the purpose of this work, I'd like you to go back to a time where the younger you was not happy. Another age maybe, or another period. So if it was a yes, I'm just going to leave you a little bit of time to go to another time, another age, and open the bedroom door of that younger you. And now, as you ask, are you happy? And as they answer no, I want you all to ask that younger version of you, what makes you feel unhappy? And listen to their answer. What's going on in their life at that point that makes them unhappy? Are they feeling loved by their parents or caregivers? Are they feeling included and appreciated by their peers? And now ask that little you, do you feel that you can achieve what you want? And chances are that as you're in this webinar, it's a no. Do you feel that you can achieve what you want? What makes them feel and believe that they cannot succeed? And just pay attention to what comes up for you. Why can they not succeed? So you may have visuals coming up, or words, or just feelings. Did that younger version of you experience failure? Or were they taught, unwillingly or not, that life is too hard? Did they see their parents or caregivers work very hard and not get any results? Or did they feel not good enough and not worthy of succeeding? Now I want you to allow your mind to show you a scene, a memory that created or reinforced that feeling of not being good enough, or maybe of not being worthy. And as I click my fingers, let whatever's coming up come up to the surface. A scene that is connected to not being good enough, maybe, or not being worthy. Pay attention to what comes up. How old are you roughly? Are you alone or are you with someone? Why does the little you feel unworthy and not good enough? Explore a little bit this scene. And now I want you to take in your arms that beautiful, lovable younger version of you who wanted to be loved, looked after, who wanted to feel like they mattered, and give them a big hug. And you can wrap your own arms around yourself if you'd like, and allow any feelings to come up as you give them a loving hug. And I want you to say to them in your head, I love you, little you. You are beautiful, lovable, and enough. You were born lovable and enough to have your needs met and to fulfill your desires. There is nothing, absolutely nothing saying that you cannot succeed, apart from the beliefs that you formed, and those can be changed. I believe in you. I really believe in you and in your abilities. Success, love, and happiness are available to you. What others can do, you can do too. And the truth is that it is natural to make mistakes, to have setbacks, to learn more along the way. And that doesn't mean anything about your worthiness of success. Failure doesn't exist. Only lessons, learning experiences, and readjustments. And those are necessary to grow. Failure is just a human construct. So let's change that label now. And instead of calling it failure, let's call it Step for growth instead. We create our reality, and I want you to create what you want and to be confident that you can make it. You are amazing, little you. That is the truth, and I love you. And now add anything you want to say to that younger you now. Add anything that younger you would have wanted to say. Or maybe anything that younger you wants to say to you. Take a bit of time to do that now. Just gonna leave you a little bit more time. Okay, good. And now let the following words imprint in your mind. Your desires were put into your heart for a reason, and that is because you are worthy of them. You are more than enough just by being you to move forward and experience success, whatever it means to you. You are worthy of what you want just by being you. You do not have to do, have, achieve, or get anything in order to be worthy. I am tapping into the more confident version of me, and that helps me take action. And I choose to know with unshakable belief that success is available to me, because why wouldn't it be? As I am enough and worthy, and as worthy as anyone else. And I can always learn more along the way, like everyone else does. It is better to take messy actions than no actions at all. And we all are work in progress, all of us. I believe in myself and in my abilities now, and understand I do not have to be perfect to start or to be amazing at everything. I allow myself to be human, to have fun, to enjoy the process, and to get out of my comfort zone with excitement. Because what I want is outside of my comfort zone right now. So visualize that version of you in front of your mind's eye now, that version of you who is confident. She's full of self-love and self-belief. She's an action taker, she's inspired. She's feeling so good in her body and her mind, tapping into her intuition and creativity and making things happen. See how she moves with presence, embodiment, and confidence. Hear how she speaks with self-belief, passion, confidence, and openness. And see the actions that she takes. And this version of you is already you. It's inside you. It's your best, most authentic self, your best true self. And it's behind that veil of limiting beliefs, fears, hurts, and past experiences. And it's available for you to embody, completely available. There is so much you can accomplish. An ocean of possibilities in front of you with so many different beautiful variations. And it's available for your taking just because it is and because you are worthy. So fill yourself one last time with the beautiful feelings that come from that image, from that best, truest version of you. And now take a deep breath. And on the count of 3, you will come back to your full awareness, feeling a bit lighter maybe, with more understanding of what's holding you back, or a confirmation that it is what you thought. Feeling a bit more that it is safe to go for what you want, to take the next step towards your goal, that there is nothing to lose, absolutely nothing to lose, only to gain. Feeling that you can be your best authentic self because you gave yourself the permission to be now. And feeling motivated, you can open up your eyes. 1, 2, 3. Just come back to your full awareness now and open up your eyes. Okay, how was that for you? I'd love to hear your experience of it. Let me know in the comments. And obviously this is a short group taster, but I'm super curious to know what came up for you and what feelings came up. If you enjoyed hugging that little you and telling her the words that she wanted to hear. Let me know, guys. Let me know what you experienced, how that was for you. So personally, I know that my younger me needed to hear that her parents believed in her, which was something that my parents, I love them so much. They're absolutely amazing, but they didn't believe in my dreams, in my goals. And the little me really needed that. So I know that telling her, I believe in you, I believe in your abilities, I know that was a big one for me. And it's so important to tell the words that your inner child wanted to hear. It's very important, and it's never too late to do that. So heartwarming, good, quite calming, lovely to reassure the younger me. Yes, the younger you and the inner child, they need that reassurance. They need to feel loved and safe. And that's so, so important. And we can give that to that inner child at any time, at any time. My inner child wanted to hear, I'm listening. Good, good. Good. And maybe, Louise, maybe at some point something happened that made you not want to hear anymore because it felt dangerous or unsafe or painful. And now your inner child wants to hear. My inner child just wanted a hug. Yeah, sometimes it's just that simple, isn't it? Check on Facebook as well. Sad little girl. I enjoyed comforting her. She needed it. Yes, that's so beautiful, ladies. That's so beautiful to take care of your inner child. I'm just checking some comments. Laura, it was interesting in the sense that I was aware and then I was in a state of sleep and then woke up with a start after you said something, but I can't remember what it is you said at that time. In the bedroom, there were 2 of my younger me and the youngest was speaking for the oldest because the oldest seemed to have lost her voice. I can't remember after that. That is very interesting. Very interesting. The oldest seemed to have lost her voice. Okay. So that's probably when something started to happen for you. That then created a gap between what you want to achieve and that version of you lost her voice. That's interesting. Did anything else come up? Let me know. My child wanted to come with me. That's so beautiful. And she can come with you. And that's something that we actually do during a rapid transformational therapy session, is that we merge the child with you so that your inner child stays with you, like they're with you anyway. She's in your heart, she's with you, and she's safe with you. And that feeling of safety and knowing that she's loved is absolutely everything. And did you see any scenes? Did anything come up as to what was behind the belief maybe of not being good enough or not being worthy? Did anything come up for you guys? Laura, yes. The you later on did not feel safe anymore, but the younger you did. Yeah, it's interesting that they were both in the same room, actually. It's probably inside of you, there's probably that kind of conflict of that younger you wants to expand and to express yourself, and then the other you that's like, oh God, no, that is dangerous. Louis, my first self was happy I had to go to where I lived at university. Yes. When I do this work, Louis, so often I get back to my younger self being happy. And then for me, it was when I was a teenager that it started to go bad. Yeah. Anita, my younger self wanted me to never stop fighting for us. Yes, yes, good. That's very, very good. Yeah. And obviously committing to that, to your healing and to your transformation means that you are taking care of her and that you are fighting for her and you, the both of you. Good, good, good. Great, thank you so much for sharing your experience of it. And let me know if you have any questions. And also, as part of the last announcement, if you like this experience and if you want to know more, I am inviting you to book a free 30-minute Zoom call with me. So that will be on a one-to-one basis, so we can actually have like a personal, friendly chat together. And you can ask all your questions, or if some stuff are more personal or more specific to you. And obviously, I understand you do not want to share it here necessarily. You can book that free call, and we can have a chat and see how you can transform, see how you can release those subconscious blocks, and maybe get a bit more awareness as to what those blocks are. And so that you can move forward with more confidence. Okay, so if you would like to know more, drop me a yes in the comments to book your free call. Okay, I'm gonna be writing down your names. Okay, Natasha, and in case if on Zoom your name is not the same as your username on Zoom, let me know, because then I will be sending you an email so that we can schedule the call. Anita, would you like to book another call? I'm putting you in. Laura, great. Okay, let me know who else wants to get their free 30-minute call. And also let me know if you have any questions. Gonna wait a bit to see if there are any comments coming up. So obviously when we do the deep subconscious work one-to-one, every session is about 2 hours to 2 hours and a half long. And you talk through everything that comes up for you. So obviously here you were just doing it by yourself, but on a one-to-one, we are talking all the way through. So it's like a therapy at a subconscious level. Okay, so you have your eyes closed and everything, but it's an actual deep therapy work that we do. And a lot of people say that one RTT session is roughly equivalent to about 6 months of therapy, because we go straight to the root. We go straight to the root of the limiting belief, the behavior, the root of the issue, and we work from that on. So that's why it's very powerful. Okay, Anita, great. Great. Yeah, we'll have another chat. Good. Louis, I have anxiety around using the phone. So this is, okay. So this is actually, it's not on the phone, it's on Zoom as well. And if you feel better, you can keep your video off. But yes, feel free to think about it. Laura, does it happen that the person falls asleep while in session? So no, because we are communicating all the way through. So you cannot really fall asleep because we're having a conversation. However, towards the end, I record a transformational recording where there you can completely relax, about 15 minutes long. And then you get that recording to listen to for at least 21 days in order to rewire your mind. And you keep it for life, that recording. That happened that some people fell asleep during the recording, and I had to shout their name and they were still not waking up because they went in a very deep state of relaxation and sleep. But that happens at the end, but not actually during the session, because we communicate during the session. Joanna. So Joanna, would you like to book a call so I can take you through the different packages? Because I do not do one-off sessions, because packages offer more guidance and more support, more accountability, and better results. So I have different packages of different durations depending on what you want to work on. So if you want to book a call, then we can see what you want to work on, and I can give you the information in the package that would match the best what you need. Okay, I'm gonna put you down on the list. Okay. Louis, great. Well done, Louis. And Louise, I used to have really like a phone not phobia, but really phone anxiety. For some reason, I feel better when there's video on, but I used to have a massive phone anxiety. Like, before giving a phone call, I would have to really do a lot of deep breathing, and then I would be hoping the person would not pick up the phone on the other side because I had that anxiety. Now I'm okay. Also, I do love video calls much more than phone. But yeah, I used to have that as well. That went hand in hand with the social anxiety that I used to have, I think. Okay, let me know if anyone else wants to book the call, and let me know if anyone else has any other questions. And then we'll be finishing here. I will be sending you all the replay. So if you want to go through the session if you want to go through the webinar again, or go through the little hypnosis again, feel free to do that if you want as well. Are there any more questions? Just gonna wait a tiny bit more in case someone is typing. But it was really a pleasure to speak to you. I really enjoy doing those webinars and enjoy your interactions and the connection. Even if I cannot actually see you, I feel the connection with you all when I do this, and it's really nice. I really enjoyed it. Okay. No more questions. You're welcome, Jean. Thank you for being here. Laura, thank you for taking time and energy to do it. You're very welcome. My pleasure. I'm glad you enjoyed it. And I look forward to our call. Okay, if there's no more questions, you're welcome, Natasha. You're very welcome. If there is no more questions, I will stop here. Just what you needed. Beautiful. Wonderful. I'm so glad. You're welcome, Louise. You're very welcome. You're welcome, Anita. My pleasure. Oh, you're such wonderful ladies, all of you. Thanks, Joanna. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, guys. Have a lovely rest of the evening or day if you're not in England. Bye-bye and speak to you very soon. I'm going to be sending you an email so that we can schedule the call. Okay, I'm going to be sending you that tonight or tomorrow. Bye-bye. See you soon.